Farewell, square rig, as your voyaging's done, and goodbye to the days of sail. Farewell, you Cape Horners, and every tall ship that ever defied a gale. And goodbye to you shellbacks who rode the wind through a world of sea and sky. For your roving is over, you seafarings ended, you mariners all goodbye. Oh, I am a bold seafaring man, and I come from everywhere. Name any point of the compass you like, and you're bound to find me there. I was born in a gale in the roaring 40s, entered in a loft, sent up aloft to the
Hello, my name is Emily Sue. I am a volunteer here with the Ocean Institute as part of the junior board. I'm also public programs docent. And I even got married here at the Ocean Institute, so it is a very special place to me. If you don't know already, this year has been a really tough one for us with all that has happened with the pandemic, the loss of the Pilgrim, and definitely the halting of some really vital programs and events. But because of the strength of the community and the sponsors and supporters and everyone who's watching from online and here in person, we were able to really pick ourselves up and keep going and, might I say, stay afloat. So here we are at the Maritime Festival, virtual for the first time ever. And this is the last day, and we've had some really great events happening, and we're about to do another one. But before we get there, we definitely want to recognize some award winners who participated as part of the festival. The first is the Ocean of Art Challenge. We will follow up with you online right after the event to really reward Teo, 10 years old, Matilda, 6 years old, and Sammy, 6 years old, for their beautiful art contributions to the Ocean of Art Challenge. Now, the Move Your Booty race. Our top competitors were Lynn from Laguna Niguel and Ian from Fountain Valley. And again, we're going to follow up with you guys, but congratulations, and we will see you next year. Thank you so much for everything that you've done and participating with us. And with that, I'm going to hand off to Dan Goldbacher, our Director of Maritime Programs.
Thanks, Emily. I just want to start by thanking everybody that's been able to tune in. Thank you for being part of this event. As Emily said, this has been a weird year for sure. Usually we have thousands of people here on site, but being adaptive is really important. And we've learned that by all the interviews, all the different great organizations and individuals. They taught us how they've been adapting, how they've had to be flexible, and how they've had to adjust throughout this entire time. So we're very proud to be partnered with them, doing it. Next year, we hope you can come down and enjoy the festival with us again on site. We're really excited to be able to do that again. But this was a great experience, and we're going to culminate it all here with the Shanty singing. We're really excited about that. But we want to make sure that we thank Toshiba. Without their belief and their sponsorship of this event and their ideas to help us put this together, we really, really appreciate all of their support. We have a global guest book. We're really excited to see this entire community come together from the UK to Australia, Costa Rica, and the East Coast of the United States. We've had an amazing amount of partners. You can check us out, Maritime Fest 2020. We're gonna .com. We're gonna leave everything up for a month, and have everybody be able to check out the different events and different things that we've put together. Tonight we're gonna culminate it all here. We've got Bill Dempsey, who's going to be doing some shanties with us, and Lindsay Philpott. They got some special friends that are going to be here with us. We hope you join along at home, sing along, enjoy the rest of the evening, and thank you for letting us be a part of your day.
Come all you young fellows that follow the sea to me way, hey, blow the man down. Well, come pay attention and listen to me. Give me some time to blow the man down. Well, I'm a deep water sailor just home from Hong Kong. To me way, hey, blow the man down. You give me some whiskey, I'll sing you a song. Give me some time to blow the man down. 'Twas on a black baller I first served me time. Timmy way, hey, blow the man down. On a black baller I wasted me prime. Give me some time to blow the man down. Well, there's tinkers and tailors and soldiers and all to me way, hey, blow the man down. You'll never find sailors aboard the Black Ball. Give me some time to blow the man down. Lay aft is a call to the break of the poop. To me way, hey, blow the man down. I'll hurry you along with the toe of me boot. Give me some time to blow the man down. Well, it's larboard and starboard, on deck you will sprawl to me way, hey, blow the man down. It's kicking Jack Williams, commands the Black Ball. Give me some time to blow the man down. Blow the man down. Well, that's a shanty or a sea song. Thank you all. Thanks for being here. I started working at the Ocean Institute in 1988. I'm glad to be here still, and still doing sea music. That's a song that sings about Black Ball Line. Actually, the Black Ball Line was one of some of the finest sailors that ever sailed anywhere in the world. And I'll do a song that I wrote a couple of years ago. It's about tall ships. And in the old days, they didn't have women on board tall ships. They were basically cargo. The captain could sometimes bring his wife along, and that was usually a good thing, because if the captain happened to die, he was the only one on board that knew how to read, and he was the only one on board who could read charts and things like that. So anyway, the name of this song is a song I wrote a couple of years ago. It's called "Tall Ships Are the Best." Well, there's wooden ships, there's tall ships, still sailing on the ocean, as in days of old when sailors bold set sail for some far ocean, with their baggy sails running for the gales, through every wind and weather. Well, I've been east and west put to the test. Tall ships are the best. Yes, I've been east and west put to the test. Tall ships are the best. Now long ago and far away, when tall ships ruled the salt sea spray, with their masts and spars and jolly tars, they sailed the seven seas. Until then one day a steamship came, and tall ships they were fading. No more mast and spars, no more jolly tars. Lord help us, we've got roller purling. Well, there's wooden ships, there's tall ships, still sailing on the ocean, as in days of old when sailors bold set sail for some far ocean, with their baggy sails running for the gales, through every wind and weather. Well, I've been east and west put to the test. Tall ships are the best. Nowadays aloft at sea, a different tune I'm hearing. Yes, it's still heave away and haul away, but what's this I think I'm hearing? No more get up, Jack, and John, sit down. No more haul away, boys, we're homeward bound. It's come on, girls, let's go sailing. You go, girls. And there's wooden ships, there's tall, tall ships, still sailing on the ocean. As in days of old, when sailors bold set sail for some far ocean, with their baggy sails running for the gales, through every wind and weather. Well, I've been east and west, put to the test. Tall ships are the best. Yes, I've been east and west, put to the test. Tall ships are the best. Tall ships are the best. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill. Really appreciate your view of tall ships. And
Tall ship alongside us here tells me that we're in the right place to be singing sea shanties. Sea shanties, for those of you who may know, are the songs that were used to help the crews to do work on board the ship.
they started in about 1800 or so and have been continuing to this day with new shanties being invented all the time. When people are looking at tall ships today, they are looking at a history that has not been repeated anywhere in the world. Tall ships and sea shanties go together like ham and cheese. When we think about shanties, one of the things that we think is some of the songs were sung in order to be able to express some regret. Some of the songs were sung to express joy. Some of them were simply grunting songs. They were there only to help people do work. And that's what we're going to see in this first shanty, where we're looking at this wooden structure right here. This wooden structure is known as a capstan. Really, it's a winch, and it was driven round by sailors holding onto these bars and pushing with all their might so as to be able to haul on a line that was wrapped around the drum in the center. In order to do so, it was tedious work because the lines were very, very long. And that meant that they had to stand there or stomp their way around all that capstan all the time. To make that easier, the people who were responsible on the ship, such as the bosun or the mate, they would encourage the shantyman to sing a song. And that song was intended to set up a rhythm for the people who were tasked with stomping around. It wasn't that the shantyman couldn't do that, it's that the shantyman was better off singing the song and inventing new verses all the time. So this first sea shanty that we're going to be going through, it was built specifically for capstan work. And taking in the anchor was one of the very first things that was done when setting sail. Set sail, of course, you didn't want to be attached to the bottom of the ocean. You wanted to have the anchor up on the rail where you could take care of it. When we're looking at the capstan, we want to be able to have something that helps us to move around it. So this is one of those shanty songs. It's called Away for Rio. Now, a number of people I can hear almost having a gasp at the idea of calling something Rio when it's spelled R-I-O. They say, oh, no, you're wrong. It's Rio. No, it's Rio, because Rio came from Brazil, and that's where this song originated. It sings the song of a ship going out from the harbor and getting the anchor up off the bottom. Now, with the chorus on this, we do what is known as a call and response. So the shantyman sings the verse, and all of the sailors will then try their best while they're stomping around this capstan to sing the chorus. The chorus goes like this. Away, boys, away, away for Rio. It's fare thee well, my Frisco gal, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. Well, a ship went a-sailing out over the bar. Away, Rio. She's pointing her bow to the great southern star, and it's bound for the Rio Grande. And it's away, boys, away, away for Rio. Sing fare thee well, my Frisco gal, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. Well, now heave with a will, boys, and heave with a song. Away, Rio. We'll sing that good chorus, for 'tis a good song, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. And it's away, boys, away, away, Rio. It's fare thee well, my pretty young gals, and we're bound for the Rio Grande. As you can see, our captain and our crew have done a tremendous job hauling away on this line that raised the sail in this case so that we're ready to go a-sailing out over the bar, meaning we're going out of the harbor and across the entrance to the river and out over into the great oceans. We're going to see what happens next after we hear from Mr. Dempsey again, because we're going to move our crew over into the forecastle, that is the small area at the bow of the ship where the crew were stationed. Thank you. Well done.
As I walked down the Broadway one evening in July, met a maid who asked my trade. A sailor John says I, and away is Shanty, my dear Annie. Oh, you New York girls, can't you dance polka? Well, I took my gal to Tiffany's, I did not mind expense. I bought her 2 gold earrings and they cost me 50 cents. She said, away is Shanty, my dear Annie. Oh, you New York girls, can't you dance polka? She says, you lime juice sailor, now take me home you must. When we reached her cottage door, she unto me did say, she said, away is Shanty, my dear Annie. Oh, you New York girls, can't you dance polka? Well, my flashman, he's a Yankee with hair cut short behind. He wears a tarry jumper and he sails a black ball line. And away is Shanty, my dear Annie. Oh, you New York girls, can't you dance polka? Well, I kissed her good and proper before her flashman came. Goodbye to all you Bowery girls, I know your little games. And away is Shanty, my dear Annie. Oh, you New York girls, can't you dance a polka? Oh, you New York girls, can't you dance a polka? Thank you very much. Well, that's a traditional song. There's lots of different versions of that one. Can't you dance a polka? So I'll do a song that's not a traditional song, but it sounds like it is. It comes from a guy by the name of Ian Benzie, and he was in a group called the Old Blind Dogs. And I think the name of the song, I think, is The Sailor's Wife. It goes like this. Well, I'm sailing away in the morning, sailing away on the tide. And when I return again, lassie, will you be me bride? Will you be me bride, me boys? Will you be me bride? And when I return again, lassie, will you be me bride? Ah, laddie, I will wait for you as long as we like. Laddie, I will wait for you. I'll be your sailor's wife. Be your sailor's wife, me boys, be your sailor's wife. Well, laddie, I will wait for you, and I'll be your sailor's wife. Well, the sun had shone, the winds they blew, ship sailed out to sea. She caught the eye of a soldier lad just standing on the quay. Standing on the quay, me boys, standing on the quay. She caught the eye of a soldier lad standing on the quay. Well, a storm had raged, the cannons roared, and driving was a raid. After 12 months out to sea, he was homeward bound again. Homeward bound again, me boys, homeward bound again. After 12 months out to sea, he was homeward bound again. Well, there she met him at the dock, baby in her arms, saying, I'm sorry, me sailor lad, I fell for a soldier's charms. Fell for a soldier's charms, me boys, fell for a soldier's charm. Saying, I'm sorry, me sailor lad, I fell for a soldier's charms. Oh, don't you worry me, bonny lass, was a sailor's bold retort. Don't you worry me, bonny lass, I've a wife in every port. A wife in every port, me boys, a wife in every port. Don't you worry me, bonny lass, I've a wife in every port. A wife in every port, me boys, wife in every port. Don't you worry me, bonny lass, I've a wife in every port.
70 years, something like that. Well, we're gathered here in the forecastle. Now, the forecastle is an abbreviation of the word forecastle. Forecastle is the word that came from the galleons of the Spanish Armada fleet, where there were castles, one in the forward part of the ship and one in the stern part of the ship. Stern castle was never a name that caught on, but forecastle was a name that caught on because that's where the sailors slept. So they had to have bunks and hammocks in the forecastle here in order to be able to get some rest and get some sleep. It also was the place where sometimes they would remember home and they would remember stories of good things, because good things didn't always happen at sea. And sometimes you wanted to have some place where you could go where everybody knows your name, as they say. Well, everybody did know your name. They all knew who you were. They all knew what happened with you. And each one of the sailors might have been as old as these young people here. And they would have been tasked with hauling lines, scraping the decks, repairing sails. There were a lot of jobs to do. So they wanted to have some sort of memory of nice things. And that's one of the things that I like to go back to every now and then as an adult, is I want to be able to remember the nice things. Now, I just happen to have been born and brought up in England, in the United Kingdom, Plymouth, England. We know that there have been a great number of sailors that came from Plymouth. Well, I'm one of them. And the lighthouse that guides traffic going up through the English Channel is sitting on a set of rocks known as the Eddystone Rocks. So this song that we're going to sing now is a memory of home. It's a memory of fantastic things, things that may be real, maybe imagined, maybe some sort of story behind them. This one is called Eddystone Light. The chorus on this one is, yo ho, the wind blows free, oh, for a life on the rolling sea. I'll try not to make it that low. I'll try to raise it up a bit because I know we've got some young voices here. My father was the keeper of the Eddystone Light. He married a mermaid one fine night. From this union there came three, a porpoise and a porgy, and the other was me. Yo ho, the wind blows free, oh, for a life on the rolling sea. One night as I was trimming of the glim, singing a verse of the evening hymn, a voice from starboard came, ahoy! And there was me mother sitting on a buoy. Yo ho, the wind blows free, oh, for a life on the rolling sea. Oh, what has become of my children three? Me mother then she asked of me. Well, one was exhibited as a talking fish, the other was served on a chafing dish. Yum. Yo ho, the wind blows free, oh, for a life on the rolling sea. I turned my head from her phosphorescent glare. When I looked again, my mother wasn't there. Her voice came floating up through the night. To the devil with the keeper of the Eddystone Light. Yo ho, the wind blows free, oh, for a life on the rolling sea. And that little story then was something that helped the other people in the to get more comfortable with where they were and to let their imaginations roam freely as they readied for the next part of the voyage. And that was, now that we've got the sail up and the anchor up and we've stowed our gear in the forecastle here, then we're going to start raising sail and getting underway to our first port or first place where we can start to enjoy our life as sailors. So here we go. We're going to go and raise sail on the ship. And we're now going to welcome Bill Dempsey back to sing us some more songs from his selection of sea shanties. Thank you, Bill.
All right. Thank you. Well, one of the things I love to do is I like to take old tunes and new tunes and make them current. And this is one of my favorite songs, an old tune called St. Anne's Reel. It's a dance tune. And there's a fellow from Maine that rewrote it and gave it some song lyrics. And it's called Ballad of St. Anne's Reel. And written by a man by the name of David Mallet a number of years ago. I've recorded it. A lot of people have recorded it. So you hear the fiddle part played by the harmonica and the story of a sailor stranded on Prince Edward Island. When he was stranded in the tiny town on fair Prince Edward Island, waiting for his ship to come and find him. One horse plays a friendly face, some coffee and a tiny trace, in the distance far behind him. Dive across the counter then, shy hello, a brand new friend, walked along the street in the winter weather. Yellow light, an open door, and welcome friendly from the Lord. Then inside they're standing there together. He said, I heard that tune somewhere before, I can't remember when. On some other distant shore, did I hear it on the wind? Written on the sky above, think I heard it from someone I love. Never heard it sound so sweet since then. It sounds like this. Well, now his feet begin to tap. The voices, I'll take your hat. Caught up in the magic of her smile. Leaped the heart inside him when it all across the floor. He sent his clumsy body graceful as a child. He said there's magic in the fiddler's bowl. There's magic in this town. Magic in the dancer's feet, the way they put them down. People laughing everywhere, boots and ribbons, locks of hair. Laughter no blue suits and easy gown. Well, the sailor's gone and the room is bare. The piano sitting there. Someone's hat's left hanging on the rack. The empty chairs, the wooden floor that feel the touch of shoes. No more waiting for the dancers to come back. And the fiddle's in the closet of some daughter of the town. Strings are broken, the bow is gone, covers buttoned down. Sometimes on December nights when the air is cold and the wind is right, this melody passes through this town. Sounds like this. Thank you. Thank you very much. It's called The Ballad of St. Anne's Reel, about a sailor stuck on Prince Edward Island. And every tall ship sailor that I know, everywhere on the East Coast and the West Coast and a lot of places in between, does this next song. It's written by the late, great Stan Rogers. Called Mary Ellen Carter. Well, she went down last October in a pouring, driving rain. Skipper, he'd been drinking, but he felt no pain. Too close to 3 Mile Rock, and there she met her mortal blow. Mary Ellen Carter said hello. There was just us 5 aboard her when she finally went awash. We're black hell to save her, all needless of the cost. And the groan she made as she went down, it caused us to proclaim, let the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men, and all those who loved her best and were with her to the end will make Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Well, the owners wrote her off, not a nickel would they spend. She gave 20 years of service, boys, and met her sorry end. The insurance paid the loss to us, so let her rest below. They laughed at us and they said we had to go. Well, we talked to her all winter, sometimes around the clock. You know she's worth $250,000 just for floating at the dock. And with every jar that hit the bar, we swore we would remain. See the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men, and all those who loved her best and were with her to the end will make Mary Ellen Carter rise again. march left by a friend. 3 dives a day and a hard hat suit, twice I've had the bends. Thank God it's only 60 feet and the currents here are slow, or I'd never have the strength to go below. Well, we patched her dents and stopped her bent, dog catched and pulled her down, drawn cables to her fore and aft and girded her around. Tomorrow noon we hit the air and then take in the slack. Watch the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men and all those who loved her best and were with her to the end. We'll name the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Well, we couldn't leave her there, you see, to crumble in the scale. She saved our lives 100 times, living through the gale. Laughing, drunk, and rice and left her to her sorry grave. Well, they won't be laughing in another day. And you, to whom adversity has dealt the final blow, smiling bozos flying to you everywhere you go. Turn to and put out all your strength, warm and hearted rain, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again. Though your heart may be broken, your life without a friend, and no matter what you've lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again, rise again, rise again, rise again. Let her name not be lost to the knowledge of men and all those who loved her best were with her to the end. Make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. We'll make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Thank you all very much. Fair winds.
Welcome aboard. Now we are on the
tall ship right here in the harbor, and we've moved up to the forecastle area of the
bow of the ship. And what we're going to be doing now is what is known as a long haul shanty. A long haul shanty is exactly what it sounds like. It's a long haul. You can see the sail that is right here on the bow of the ship. It's got to go all the way up there in order to be able to be raised and put into position correctly. As far as the people are concerned back home, we'll be hauling this in a position that looks good for the camera, but is not necessarily technically correct. We should be hauling in that direction, but we're going to be hauling that way because you'll see their faces a whole lot better. Now, this particular long haul shanty is called John Kanaka, and it was a term that was used way back in the day when people first went to Hawaii, and they asked the people there, what are you called? And they said, well, we're Hawaiian man, Kanaka. And they said, okay, well, we'll call you John Kanaka because we understand the word John and we don't necessarily know what Kanaka means, but you've told us it means Hawaiian man, so that's what we'll go with. And that's the easy thing to remember. In thinking about a long haul shanty, it was different than a short haul shanty. A short haul shanty was one where you just had a few grunts every now and then. There's one that I remember singing for Dan Goldbacker on board the Pilgrim was, my name it is Dan Dan, my name it is Dan Dan. And that particular shanty is one that always tickled me. But here we're doing a long hole shanty, so we're going to be singing all the verses of John Kanaka. Watch their faces as they start doing the hauling. They're going to be breathing heavy by the time it gets to the end. I thought I heard the first mate say, John Kanaka Naka Tulaye, you'll work tomorrow but not today. John Kanaka Naka Tulaye, Tulaye, oh Tulaye. John Kanaka Naka Tulaye. I thought I heard the old man say, John Kanaka Naka Tulaye. Today is a sailing day. John Kanaka Naka Tulaye. Tulaye, oh Tulaye. John Kanaka Naka Tulaye. We're outward bound from Frisco Bay. John Kanaka Naka Tulaye. We're outward bound at the break of day. John Kanaka Naka Tulaye. Tulaye, oh Tulaye. John Kanaka Naka Tulaye. It's rotten meat and weevily bread. John Kanaka Naka Tulaye. In 2 months out, you'll wish you were dead. John Kanaka Naka Tulaye. Tulaye, oh Tulaye. John Kanaka Naka Tulaye. I thought I heard the bosun say, John Kanaka Naka Tulaye. It's one more pull and then belay. John Kanaka Naka Tulaye. Tulaye, oh Tulaye. John Kanaka Naka Tulaye. Well done, guys. Give yourselves a big hand. You took a huge sail all the way up. Really good. Great job. I really like the work that you have done here. So we're going to move on to singing another set of shanties here. And pretty soon we're going to gather so that we can sing what is the last song that was sung by the sailors as they came into shore, and they were tidying everything up, making sure all their gear was correct, and making sure that all of the sails were stowed and that all of the cargo had been moved into place or taken out of place. This particular shanty is the one that is sung at the end of the voyage, and it's usually sung at the end of the evening. It's one which has a lot of tear-jerking moments. It also has a number of elements of things that we wish were better, and we will improve next time. It's something which helps us to feel good about the voyage that we've just undertaken and having got back successfully. Now we're ready to go have some fun, get back with our families, and then go on to the next ship. I see Bill Dempsey approaching here, and he's got his concertina in his hands, mounting on board the ship and coming to help us with a few more introductions to our final Leave Her, Johnny, Leave Her.
Oh, I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. You can go ashore and draw your way. It's time for us to leave her.
Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. I thought I heard the old man say, leave her, Johnny, leave her. Tomorrow you will get your pay, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds don't blow, and it's time for us to leave her. There was mahogany beef and weevilly bread. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. It's pump or drown, the old man said, and it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds don't blow. It's time for us to leave her. Oh, the mate was a bucko and the old man a Turk. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. The bosun was a beggar with the middle name of Work. And it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds don't blow. It's time for us to leave her. Well, the old man swears, and you'd swear too. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, the crew will swear, and so would you. And it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds don't blow. It's time for us to leave her. Oh, the sails are furled, our work is done. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. And now ashore we'll have some fun. And it's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds don't blow. And it's time for us to leave her. Well, we'll make her fast and stow our gear. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Our family's waiting on the pier. It's time for us to leave her. Leave her, Johnny, leave her. Oh, leave her, Johnny, leave her. For the voyage is done and the winds don't blow. It's time for us to leave her. Thank you, crew. Great job. And thank you, Bill. Well, should we get that sail down? I believe so too. Can I assist? I don't know if they're pointing at us or not. I know we still have 10 minutes remaining. So, yeah.